I would see thousands of people going through a similar journey as mine without any of the resources that I had. I thought that I really need to do something which will bring this hope of life back into their lives. We call the people who work with us Sanjeevani Angels. First program which we took was to handhold them, navigate their way through the hospital, provide them with emotional support, help them maintain their relationships. So we started from Bombay, and as on date we are working in 8 cities.
They are playing a very important role where they can just sit with the patient and be very close to them, like a friend, like a family member, and this really gives a very good impact on the treatment part of the patient.
Sanjeevani's mission is to raise the bar of cancer care in India. After the treatment is over, then the patient is suddenly left hanging actually, and this was the time when one needs to work on the patient.
After coming to Sanjeevani Wellness Center, I really came to know how to stay positive, how to remove your negative thoughts, how to keep yourself very busy, and how to go about your diet.
इथे मला बरंच काही शिकायला मिळालं. डाएटिंगबद्दल समजलं, म्हणजे कसा डाएट घेतला पाहिजे, कसा नाही ते समजलं. योगा कसा करायला पाहिजे, कधी करायला पाहिजे ते समजलं. डान्स थेरपी होती त्याच्याबद्दल समजलं. डान्समुळे आपल्या लाईफमध्ये आपण कसं काय काय करू शकतो आहे, ते आपल्या लाईफमधल्या कशा मुवमेंट्स त्याच्यामध्ये इन्वॉल्व करू शकतो आहे ते समजलं. पुन्हा इथे टॅपिंग थेरपी शिकवली, त्याच्यामुळेही बरंच काही समजलं. इथे येऊन खूप काही शिकायला मिळालं.
मी पहिले खूप भीत होते, खूप अजिबात बोलायची नाही वगैरे काही, पण इथे आल्यावर मला थोडं बोलायला वगैरे धीर आला आणि खूप चांगलं वाटलं मला. इथला स्टाफ पण खूप चांगला आहे, खूप प्रेमाने वागतात. इतकं प्रेमाने पहिलं कोणी वागलं नाही, आता खूप छान मला वाटतं इथे. आता मला असं वाटतं की मी ह्या आजारातून बरी होईल, पण बरी व्हायलाच पाहिजे.
So you basically handhold them in the hospital, then you bring them to the wellness center, let their whole personality blossom, and then rehabilitate them through the TIS certificate course. We wanted to have that approach that whatever they have gained through the journey remains in the field of cancer. So both the cancer survivor as well as the cancer patient, they both thrive together. And it is a unique cause because it was not enough for you to be a cancer survivor. It was not enough that you were ready to share your wisdom. What was also very important that this wisdom needs to be honed.
They are also a cancer patient, और वो आकर हमें बताते हैं तो एक प्रेरणा मिलती है.
मरीज़ वही सोचता है कि अभी मुझे कैंसर हुआ तो मेरी स्टेज ख़त्म हो गई और उसके आगे मुझे जीने की तमन्ना नहीं रही, यही सोचता है. तभी मैं ये सर का जो सिखाया पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग के बारे में वो उनको बताती हूँ, तो सचमुच में वो भी खुश हो जाते हैं और उनको एक हम दिल से बात करने वाला कोई मिल जाता है तो उनको भी तसल्ली मिल जाती है.
Another 5 years we should be touching the life of, let's say, 1 million patients. We would like to make this intervention available to every cancer patient across the country.
Good morning, everyone. I am Somadrika Neo, and I welcome you all to Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the faculties and students, for your kind presence today in our program and awareness program, Cancer Prevention and Healthy Lifestyle. Before we start, I would like to welcome Dr. G.V. Sonar, Chairman of Department of Social Work, Karnataka State Akka Mahadevi Women's University. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. And now I would like to welcome Professor S.A. Kaji, Senior Professor of Social Work, Dr. Ramesh M. Sonkamble, Dr. Kalavati H. Kamble, Dr. Praveen Kumar, and Mr. Shivalinga, Assistant Professor of the Department of Social Work. And today we have our program coordinator of Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer as a resource person of this program. So I would like to welcome Sunki Begum, and I would also like to introduce Pratik Parme, who is an active volunteer in Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer. Before moving further, I would like to share a few words about our organization. As you know, it is a non-profit organization, and Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer working with the cancer patients to enrich their life and raising the bar of cancer care in India. And our organization was formed by Ruby Aluwalia in the year of 2012. And Ruby Aluwalia ma'am is a senior bureaucrat. She is an author. She is a painter. She is also a TEDx speaker. She is a life coach, and most importantly, she is a cancer victor and the founder of this NGO, Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer. The emotional and physical pain, as well as the financial stress of battling cancer, prompted Ruby Aluwalia ma'am to begin a new chapter in her own life beyond cancer. And mainly, Sanjeevani works with the underprivileged patients, and the programs offered by Sanjeevani are free of cost to them. Currently, we are working with 4 different programs, and I would like to share the programs with you all. The first program is called Can Sahyoghi. It is a counseling program. It provides psychosocial support to the cancer patients through handholding and counseling. And currently, we are working in this program in 14 different states across the country. And till date, we have worked with 2.5 lakhs people. And the second program is called Satori. It is a wellness initiative program for the cancer patient, and it focusing on holistic well-being of the patients and also help the patients to improve their physical and mental strength. And during COVID-19, this program is also offered online. And till date, we have successfully completed 6 online batches. And the third program is called Can Sarthi. It is a very interesting program, and it is a skill development program. This provides a certificate course on oncological caregiving, and this is a 4-month certificate course on oncological caregiving. And here we try to train the cancer survivors or those touched with cancer in family to become trained cancer caregivers, so that they can also live a beautiful life. And the fourth program is called Can Chetna. It is an advocacy and awareness program with the policymakers and the communities. And here we try to generate conversation around cancer in different communities, different NGOs, clubs, schools, and colleges. And today's program is a part of Can Chetna. So this is a brief introduction about Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer, and if you want to know more about our organization, then you can also visit our website and YouTube channel, Sanjeevani Life Beyond Cancer. And now I would like to request Dr. Z.B. Sonar sir to speak up, to share a few words with us. Sir.
Yeah, good morning to all. This is the first program we are going to have in collaboration with Sanjeevani organizations, and the main participants, target group of this program is students of social work, of Karnataka State Akka Mahadevi Women's University. And with this orientation program about different activities, Sanjivani, we will be our students will be taking up this kind of awareness programs on cancer to the larger community through their fieldwork practices and internship activities. I'm very happy to have this association with the Sanjivani Beyond Cancer organization, because I'm very much impressed the kind of activities are taken up by these organizations, the way they are dealing with a very sensitive issue of cancer. I think we can have many collaborative activities in terms of field extension activities, awareness programs, maybe some sort of research activities to know about the level of awareness or the burden of the caregivers of the cancer patients and all that. With this brief note of mine, I stop here. And once again, I thank the whole team of Sanjivani organizations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. And now I would like to request our program coordinator, Sunki ma'am, to take over the program. Thank you. Have a good time.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, Soma, for this beautiful introduction of the organization. So before I start, I usually make the session very interactive. So the first thing is, please turn on your video so that I can see your beautiful faces, and then I can realize that you're not sleeping through the entire program. So can all the people, can you all please turn on your videos? Yes, nice. Pratibha, yeah, Swapna, and others, like, I request you all to please turn your video, because it is a very interesting, it will be a very kind of boring, a bit boring, but then in the end we are having a quiz session, so you have to be very attentive, you have to learn things, because ultimately we are talking about prevention, right? So please turn on your video, and moving forward, I would like to present the slides in front of you. So as our program executive Somadrita Neog has already mentioned, that we are working in 14 cities across the country. It is Mumbai, Wardha, Jaipur, Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Bangalore. In Bangalore, we are working in Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology. And soon we are planning to spread in other parts of South as well. Then Delhi, Surat, Guwahati, Goa, Pondicherry, Bikaner, Rishikesh, and Nagpur. So moving forward in this presentation today, we will discuss about 3 aspects of cancer awareness. First thing is how to reduce the probability of getting cancer, how you can protect yourself from being a victim of cancer, right? Second thing is the early detection, like how we will know that our body is sending us some signals. Because see, cancer is a disease which will not happen to you in one day. Right, your body will keep on sending you signals that something is not right, please take care of your body. And at one point your body used to tell that I cannot tolerate anymore, and that's when you are detected with cancer, right? So it is a very initial thing, that initially you will have some common symptoms which we are usually very ignorant about, so we should focus on that. And the third thing is make a substantial difference in a person's life diagnosed with cancer. So this is a part where many of us fail, right? When we meet a cancer patient, we don't know how to deal with them, and as a result we tend of making such statements that might create a trauma in their head. So today we will also discuss that how you can deal with the cancer patients. Okay, moving further, when we talk about cancer, what is cancer? So when you search in Google or any other search engines, you will get that
cancer is the growth of uncontrollable irregular cells in your body. So first thing, we have to be very sure and we should know that cancer cell is present in everybody. So we all know that human body is made up of cells, right? We have studied that in class 8 to 9 standard, 10 standard. We have known that. So cancer is a disease which will occur in your cells, okay, which is very, it is from internal, okay. So the next thing is our cell used to get renewed by every 2 months, 3 months, or within 1 month, right? So what happens, the dead cells used to die, right? But something, if your immune system is not strong or your body is too toxic, those something will trigger that dead cells to grow more, and that will become your cancer cells, and it will form in a form of tumor or lump anywhere in your body. So you have to be very sure that your body have cancer cells present, okay. So when we talk about cancer, there are 3 main things that might cause cancer. First is increase of toxicity. When your body becomes too much of poisonous, okay, too much of acidity is there in your body, then you can be a victim of cancer. Now, second thing is low immune system. So if we don't eat food properly in the proper time and in a proper manner, then our immune system will not be strong. And immune system play an important role to fight against various diseases. For example, the latest when we talk about COVID-19, right? We know that COVID-19 can happen to anyone. But if your immune system is weak, you will have a severe, impact on you. So we have to understand that to build our immune system strong, it is very important. The next thing is the unhealthy lifestyle. So unhealthy lifestyle is nowadays very common because we are youth and we are the new generation, right? Everything is changing around us. And neither we sleep properly on time, nor we, eat properly. Okay, less vegetables, less fruits, and lots of junk foods in it. Okay, so we will discuss about everything in the later part of our slides. So moving further, when we observe that there are 3 factors which might lead you to cancer, there are also 3 factors which will help to contribute to make your immune system strong. The first thing is the thought process. The second thing is nutrition, and the third thing is breathing. So when we talk about thought process, okay, when we are very angry, when we are jealous, when we feel guilty, when we are depressed, when we are sad, what we do is we release negative hormones in our body, right? Which increase toxicity. So what we have to understand that we have to be very much positive about things going in and around in our life. Okay, we have to manage our anger, we have to manage our stress, we have to manage our depression. Okay, so we have to understand that thought process play a very important role. Okay, if you are not grateful, or if you are not happy, if you are not positive about things, everything will go wrong. Neither you will have the urge of eating, neither you will have the urge to talk to someone else. So thought process play a very important role. Second thing is the nutrition. Nutrition is another important factor. Okay, so when we talk about nutrition does not mean eating only salads, right? Nutrition means starting your day with a warm glass of water every day, including lots and lots of fruits and vegetables in your meal. Okay, so when we say lots of fruits and vegetable, which means that morning you have to start your day with fruits. Okay, so many people will have acidity problem, due to which they might not be able to eat apple and all, but we always suggest try eating fruits which are lighter, like watermelon, papaya, which will help you in your digestive system as well. Okay, so these are little light fruits which you can take in the morning along with your breakfast. Okay, then in the afternoon try to include, you have to understand that 60% you have to eat raw and fresh. Okay, so when you eat your lunch, before eating your lunch, try to include salad in your meal. Okay, so salad in the sense you can take cucumber, you can take beetroot, you can take lettuce leaf, you can take every raw vegetable included in salad, right? Then you can have your lunch. Keep this in mind that you have to eat latest by 8 p.m. at night, and then you can go for a walk, or you can do your remaining work and then sleep 3 hours after having the dinner. It is very important because sleep also play a very important role. Okay, the next thing is breathing. So when you talk about breathing is a very natural process and we hardly think about breathing. So when we talk about breathing is also one of the very important factor. So when you are breathing, we breathe till our chest, right? And then we take it out because it is as natural as drinking water. But we have to keep this in mind that oxygen contains alkaline in it, and alkaline is an element which will help your body to fight against cancer. So you have to breathe as much as you can till your abdomen. You have to take deep breath. So as soon as you wake up in the morning, the first thing in your mind should be, this is my body and I have to focus on my breathing. So try the breathing exercise for at least 15 to 20 minutes in the morning and again 20 minutes in the evening. When you are sitting idle and you don't have anything to do, just keep on taking deep breaths. And whenever you are taking deep breath, keep this in mind that your stomach should get outside when you breathe and it should get inside when you exhale. Because what we do when we inhale, we put our stomach inside, and when we exhale, we put our stomach outside. That is a wrong pattern of breathing. So we have to focus on breathing. Okay. So, and also while breathing, like we have to keep this in mind that we sit straight with our backbone straight and we should focus on breathing. So our founder Ruby Aluwalia ma'am is a cancer victor herself, okay? And she had made 3 special videos on thought process, nutrition and breathing for you all. So please, I would like you, every one of you, please go through the videos once.
ब्रीदिंग, जब आप सांस ले रहे हैं, भरपूर सांस पहली बात ले रहे हैं कि नहीं ले रहे हैं, और जिस तरह से आप बैठ के खड़े होके सांस ले रहे हैं, उस टाइम शरीर इस अवस्था में है क्या कि जो आपने सांस लिया वो पूरा का पूरा अंदर गया या नहीं गया। जैसे हम पाइप में पानी डालते हैं तो पाइप में आप पानी कितने भी प्रेशर से डालिए, कितना भी ज्यादा डालिए, जब तक वो पाइप मुड़ा तुड़ा रहेगा वो पानी उस पाइप के थ्रू नहीं जा सकता है। इसी तरह से सांस लेने के टाइम हमारी जो स्पाइनल कॉर्ड है, हमारी जो रीढ़ की हड्डी है, वो बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट होनी चाहिए। अगर आप बैठ के कर सकते हैं तो बैठ के आपको सांस किस तरह से भरपूर सांस लेना है, पूरे टाइम कायदे से पूरे टाइम लेना है। अगर पूरे टाइम नहीं आपका ध्यान सांस पे है तो कम से कम 1 घंटे में आंखें बंद करके 20 से 30 सांस आपको पूरी अवेयरनेस के साथ लेनी है। इन अ नॉर्मल वे आप 2-3 सांस के बाद आप देखेंगे आपकी सांस खुद से लंबी होती चली जाती है। तो जब कैंसर का ट्रीटमेंट आपका चल रहा है तो उस टाइम पे ये पूरा सांस के ऊपर फोकस कैसे करना है, क्यों करना है, और किसी भी पोजीशन में रहते हुए कैसे करना है, ये आपको यहाँ पे योगा और प्राणायाम के सेशंस में वेलनेस सेंटर में हम लोग पेशेंट्स को सिखाते हैं। हम लोग जो अपना न्यूट्रिशन यहाँ पे सजेस्ट करते हैं पेशेंट्स को, which is basically based on those experiments which have been done with the cancer patients and led to some beautiful positive results. So number 1 कि हम इस समय पे अपना जो दूध का कंजम्पशन है उसको धीमे धीमे कम करके बिल्कुल बंद कर देंगे, क्योंकि आजकल जो दूध मिलता है उसके अंदर केमिकल्स बहुत ज्यादा रहते हैं। आजकल जो दूध मिलता है जो वो जिस तरह से निकाला जाता है, एक जान एक शरीर के अंदर से निकाला जाता है, तो जिस तरह से निकाला जाता है उसका बहुत इम्पैक्ट होता है ऑन द क्वालिटी ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन ऑफ दैट फूड। तो जब हम अपने घर में गाय पालते थे और गाय को खुद से खाना खिलाते थे और उसके बछड़े को दूध देने के बाद हम उसका थोड़ा सा दूध अपने कंजम्पशन के लिए लेते थे, वो एक चीज होती थी। आज हम गाय पालते हैं सिर्फ इसलिए कि वो कम से कम 40 किलो दूध दे एक दिन में, और उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, उसको हार्मोनल इंजेक्शंस देते हैं, क्योंकि कोई गाय ऐसी नहीं है जो साल भर दूध देती रहे। तो हार्मोनल इंजेक्शंस देने के बाद और जिस तरह से मशीन से दूध निकाला जाता है, उसके अंदर टॉक्सिन्स बहुत ज्यादा हो जाते हैं। और ये वो टाइम है हमारी केयर करने का बॉडी को, कि जिसमें ना सिर्फ कि जो ऑलरेडी टॉक्सिन्स हैं उनको हमें निकालना है, बट हमें एडिशनल टॉक्सिन्स तो बिल्कुल लेने ही नहीं है। तो इस समय पे कोशिश करेंगे कि हम दूध का जो कंजम्पशन है उसको धीमे धीमे बिल्कुल बंद कर देंगे। अगर आप कल से बंद कर सकते हैं तो कल से बंद कर देंगे। दूसरी चीज चीनी। चीनी में कोई बुराई नहीं है, मिठास में कोई बुराई नहीं है, बट चीनी जिस तरह से रिफाइन करके बनाई जाती है उसके अंदर इतने केमिकल्स ऐड हो जाते हैं दैट वी नीड टू अवॉइड टेकिंग शुगर। तो आप गुड़ लीजिए, अगर आपको मीठा खाना है तो आप गुड़ लीजिए, लेकिन चीनी का कंजम्पशन बंद करिए। तीसरी चीज मैदा और गेहूं जिसके अंदर ग्लूटेन बहुत ज़्यादा आता है, उसका कंजम्पशन बंद करिए, क्योंकि वो अंदर जाके आपके सिस्टम में बिल्कुल अटक जाता है और बाकी जो खाना आप खा रहे हैं उसको प्रोसेस होने में दिक्कत प्रोड्यूस करता है। तो इन तीनों चीज़ों को बिल्कुल अवॉइड करिए। जब भी पूजा घर में जाते हैं, पूजा की जगह जाते हैं, चाहे वो मंदिर हो, मस्जिद हो, गुरुद्वारा हो, चर्च हो, तो हमें वहां पे जाके बहुत एक शांति महसूस होती है, बहुत एक खुशी महसूस होती है। तो आप लोगों ने कभी सोचा है कि ऐसा क्यों होता है? तो मैंने इसको थोड़ा सोचने और समझने की कोशिश की। मुझे ये समझ में आया कि जब हम पूजा के लिए जाते हैं तो हम दो भावों से जाते हैं। एक तो सरेंडर का भाव, जिसमें हम मांगने जाते हैं, हम भगवान से मांगने जाते हैं, हमारी जिंदगी में ऐसा हो जाए, मुझे ये मिल जाए, मेरे बच्चे का ऐसा हो जाए, मेरी जो परिस्थिति है वो इस तरह से चेंज हो जाए। तो जब हम मांग रहे होते हैं तो हम एक समर्पण और एक सरेंडर के भाव में रहते हैं। और ये जो सरेंडर का भाव है, इसमें बहुत ज्यादा पॉजिटिविटी हमारे अंदर और हमारे इर्द गिर्द जनरेट होती है। और ये पॉजिटिविटी हम पूजा घर में छोड़ के बाहर आ जाते हैं और हम अपने संसार के कामों में लग जाते हैं। दूसरा भाव जिसके साथ हम पूजा घर में जाते हैं वो होता है कृतज्ञता का, धन्यवाद का, ग्रैटिट्यूड का, कि भगवान थैंक यू सो मच, आपने मेरा ये काम कितना अच्छा कर दिया। भगवान थैंक यू सो मच कि मेरे पास इतना खूबसूरत परिवार है। भगवान थैंक यू सो मच कि मेरी लाइफ इतनी सुंदर है। भगवान थैंक यू सो मच कि मैंने वो जो आपसे मांगा था आपने मुझे दे दिया। तो जब हम कृतज्ञता के भाव में रहते हैं, ग्रैटिट्यूड के भाव में रहते हैं, धन्यवाद के भाव में रहते हैं, उस समय फिर से वापस बहुत ज्यादा पॉजिटिविटी हम जनरेट करते हैं। ये जो दो इमोशंस है, ये जो दो भाव है, सरेंडर का मतलब समर्पण का या ग्रैटिट्यूड का मतलब कृतज्ञता का, इन दोनों ही भावों में किसी भी नेगेटिव इमोशन की कोई जगह नहीं रहती। तो हम रोजाना इतने सारे लोग पूजा घर में जाते हैं और अपनी पॉजिटिविटी वहां पे जनरेट करते हैं और वहां पे छोड़ के बाहर आ जाते हैं। और ये जो पॉजिटिविटी है दिन ब दिन वहां पे इकट्ठी हो जाती है और ये पॉजिटिविटी का पूरा एक घर बन जाता है। जितना पुरानी ये जगह होगी उतनी ज्यादा पॉजिटिविटी वहां पे होगी, क्योंकि उतने ही ज्यादा लोग समर्पण और कृतज्ञता के भाव से वहां पे जा चुके हैं। इतनी पॉजिटिविटी इन दो भावों से होती है, तो सिर्फ मंदिर के अंदर ही क्यों, हम अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में ज्यादा से ज्यादा समय अगर इस भाव में गुजार सकें तो हमारी जिंदगी थोड़ी ज्यादा सुंदर हो जाएगी.
Yeah, so we had seen in the videos that how thought process, nutrition, and breathing play a very important factor in making our immune system strong, right? So now we will discuss about the early diagnosis, like how we will know that our body is sending us some signals, right? So we have termed it as cautions because these are the common symptoms of cancer. So moving further, I would like to discuss that. When you observe that these changes are going around you in your body, so you should immediately take help of doctor. The first thing is change in the bowel or bladder habit. So if you're observing that there is a change in your bowel movement or in your bladder habit, for example, if there is lots of bleeding in it, okay, if there is a color change, or it is very painful, then you should understand that something is not right and you should take help. Okay, the next thing is a sore that does not heal. So a sore basically happens inside your mouth when you are more into tobacco, gutka, pan masala use. Okay, so a sore might also happen you if you have if you lack some kind of vitamin, like vitamin B, vitamin C, like that. So what happens when the sore will be there in your mouth, so it will get healed within a week. Okay, so when you're taking gutka or tobacco quid inside your mouth, so you will see that you are having a sore. So if you observe that there is some kind of color change, for example, it is becoming black in color, it is becoming very yellowish or very whitish in color, then this your body is telling that something is not right. So while today when you are in front of your mirror, try to open your mouth and observe, is there any kind of sore in your mouth, and if it is so, immediately seek medical attention. Okay, next is unusual bleeding or discharge. So unusual bleeding or discharge can be from anywhere of your body. So for girls, if apart from your menstruation, you all are not supposed to bleed. Okay, so if you're bleeding, for example, there is a bleeding through your nose, your teeth, or your breast, through your nipple, or through your urination or your bowel movement, you should immediately take help. So the next is thickening or lump in the breast or elsewhere. So when we talk about lump, first, initially the lumps are not at all painful, and we usually even don't observe. Okay, so what you can do, a simple exercise is when you are going to take bath in washroom, so what you do is you apply soap or shower gel in your body, and your body becomes very slippery. So what you can do, once in a 3 months, what you have to do is you have to do self screening. Okay, because until and unless it is not cancer, if you go for screening, they will also ask you to do self screening, or they will be doing screening for you in the hospital. So what you can do while you are in the washroom, you can use these 3 fingers. These 3 fingers are the most sensitive fingers in your hand, which can feel everything. So when you're inside the washroom, do this simple exercise, raise your hand like this. Okay, so we have to keep this in mind that breast cancer can happen in both male and female, lumps can happen in both male and female. So you can just simply raise your hand and try observing around your breast, be it male or female. So when you touch your breast, what you will feel is there already you have some kind of lumps. Okay, so that is not at all the lump I am talking about. The cancerous lump or the normal lump, which is very uncomfortable, which will be very hard. Okay, so you have to observe that, is there any kind of lump in my body, in my hands, in my legs? You have to observe everything with your 3 fingers while you are taking bath or while your body is slippery, because that's when you can feel your body, right? So then you have to see that lumps are of 2 kinds. First is the malignant tumor, okay, the tumor which is cancerous. So for example, you have observed that, yeah, I have lump somewhere in my body, and you're ignoring it. You're thinking that I won't go to hospital, it will be cancer, or doctor will do something. Then what you're doing is you are allowing them to breathe in your body. Okay, so what will happen, that cancer is the malignant lump will increase and will spread to other parts of your body, right? And it will spread to other parts of your body, and then at the later stage doctor won't be able to do anything. So what you can do is, if you observe that there is some kind of lump, if it is cancerous, it will be removed through surgery, and then chemotherapy and radiotherapy. These are the three common treatments of cancer. But if it is a normal benign tumor, benign is the non-cancerous tumor, so what will happen, if you avoid that, it will grow in size day by day. But if you do not remove through surgery, okay, then it might also turn to cancerous in the later period of your life. Okay, so you have to be very sure that if you have any kind of lump in your body, you should immediately go to hospital to remove it. Okay. The next thing is indigestion or difficulty in swallowing. So indigestion is very common. Okay, once in a week or once in a month, you might have indigestion due to something which for example, you have consumed something and then you are unable to digest it. So you might have indigestion. But if you observe that you are having indigestion on a regular basis, whatever you are eating, indigestion is there, acidity is there, gas is there, you are feeling very heavy, then your body has already become very acidic and you should seek medical help. Okay, then difficulty in swallowing. So swallowing is as natural as drinking water and breathing, right? But if you're eating today and you're not you're okay with that, and after some days, like if you're eating and your esophagus, your food pipe is paining too much, you are unable to eat, you are unable to swallow, then you should understand that might be you have some symptom of oral cancer. But before it gets too late, it can be cured through medications also. So before it is too late, you can immediately go to doctor for help. Okay, the next is obvious change in wart or mole. So mole is very common in every human body. We have mole. Okay, that black dot in our body. So what happens when we grow, it will also grow with us due to the elasticity of the body, right? But if you observe that it is becoming bigger day by day and it is very painful, or there is some kind of discharge from it, some fluid or blood or something, then you should understand that might be there is cancer in that mole. Okay, so you have to take help of doctor. Then the next thing is nagging cough or hoarseness. So cough is very common due to weather change, or you might have cough once in a 6 months. But if you're having cough and if it is not going, it is very persistent, your voice is also very hoarse, it's been 3 months, 4 months, you're taking medications and you are not getting proper result of it, then this also might be one of the symptoms. So immediately go for a oral cancer screening. The next is risk factors of cancer. So when we discuss about risk factor of cancer, the first thing come in our mind is tobacco, smoking, cigarettes, okay, taking alcohol, or it is very latest, the marijuana use. Okay, so when we talk about tobacco, we know that smoking or tobacco might lead to cancer. But the people who are regular drinker, or they are very they used to take alcohol on very frequent basis, they will never accept that alcohol might lead to cancer. So you have to understand that there is also liver cancer. So alcohol can also be responsible for liver cancer. So when I talk about tobacco, on a daily basis, what we do is we interact with different patients in the hospital. So when we ask them, what was the reason? When did you take tobacco last? Okay, they will say, when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s, I used to sit with my friends, I used to take a cup of tea and I used to smoke. Okay, or I used to drink with my friends in birthdays and all. But later on, what happened, that cancer will happen at a later stage of your life. You will start drinking and smoking at the age of 20 and you will leave at the age of 35, 40, but you will see that cancer will happen in your body at the later stage, that is in 60s, 65, 70s. It's a stage when you yourself is very dependent, right? So at that time we will face that issue. And when you start tobacco, it is in your hand that I want to drink or not, I want to smoke or not. But once you have done that and you are continuously doing that, when you are wanting to leave it, I just want to leave smoking or drinking, so what your body will do, your body will never allow you to leave it. Okay, then that's when you will become an addict. Okay, addict does not mean that you are always taking 24 hours you're taking. Addict means when you are unable to leave that particular substance even after trying lots of time. Okay, so what you can do initially is you can carry ginger, you can cut ginger into small pieces and you can mix it with black salt. Okay, then you can keep it under sunlight for 3 days. Okay, night you bring and daytime you just keep it under sunlight, then it will be dried out, right? Then carry those ginger pieces in a container. So whenever you have that craving of, I am very stressed, I need a cigarette, or I am very sad, I need alcohol, so what you can do is you can put that ginger piece inside your mouth immediately. So what will happen, that will kill your craving, that will kill your taste buds. You can also use the common garam masala that is available in every household, that is long, dalchini, ilaichi. Okay, so whenever you have that craving, whenever your body is telling that I want to eat these things, or I am feeling, I want to take, immediately put that inside your mouth. That will divert your mind and that will also kill your cravings. The second thing is stress. So stress is very common nowadays. Okay, we earlier we were less stressed out, but now we are inside home, we are working from home, we are stressed out, we get easily angry on people, on our parents. So how to manage that? So I will share a few simple exercise. What you can do is, for example, if you are very angry or you are very upset, so when you're very angry, what you can do is start backward counting from 100 to 1. You can start backward counting like 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. You can do this exercise. So what happened? You get busy in that. Okay, then your all the attention is diverted in that numbers. Okay, so you can do that exercise. Second thing is, if you are very angry, you can make a wall in your house. You can select an area or outside house, keep a nail and hammer with you. So whenever you are angry, just hammer on the nail inside the wall. So you will see that all your anger is getting inside with that nail. And then it will also help you to keep a track that I was angry on my parents, so that's why this is the nail. I was angry on my teacher, that's why this was the nail. So you can maintain that. The third thing is, if you are very sad or if you are very depressed, what you can do is you can maintain a journal, you can maintain a diary, you can write down your feelings there. Okay, whatever you're feeling, just write it down there, so that the main motive behind this exercise is we don't have to allow the negative hormones to get released in our body, because it will make our body toxic. So what we can do is we can stop that. Okay, then obesity and being overweight. So every human being have BMI, that is the body mass index, right? So for example, if I am of 25 years of age and my height is 5 feet, okay, then my healthy weight should be 55 to 60 kg, right? But if I am weighing more than that, for example, I'm 80 kg, I'm 100 kg, okay, then I might have high risks of getting cancer, right? Because, all the obese, all the fats in our body might lead to various other diseases. So it is very important for us to maintain a healthy weight. Healthy weight does not mean that you have to weigh 40 kg or you have to weigh 35 kg. Healthy weight means according to your height and according to your age, you have to maintain a proper, weight. Okay, the next thing is unhealthy diet with low fruit and vegetable intake. So in your diet, okay, so see, our generation, when our elders used to tell ki you're eating so much of fast food, but how can we stop when we have outlets like Domino's, KFC, Barbecue Nation? How we will stop ourselves from eating? And those are the cravings that we want, and we have already tasted it and it tastes so good. So how can we leave it? So what we suggest is, you can obviously have it once a month, but make sure that when you're having it once a month, you are detoxifying your body with lots of water, vegetables and fruits in your body. Today I ate in Domino's means the rest of the days I will be eating too much of fruits and vegetables in my diet. So which will help me to detoxify my body and also will keep my taste bud happy, right? The next thing is inadequate physical activity. So also when I talk about physical activity does not mean going to gym and always carrying a dumbbell. Okay, physical activity may be simple also. For example, you are stretching your hands, your neck, your legs. You just have to allow your body, the blood to flow in your body properly. So you have to continuously in a day, you have to stretch your body, you have to do simple exercises, right? Then lack of sleep. So lack of sleep is also an important factor. Every one of us know that sleep is an important factor for us, but we know that 8 hours of sleep is must. But when we talk about 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours does not mean sleeping at 3 a.m. and waking up at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. in the day. Sleeping means latest, because we are also from this generation, we cannot sleep at 10 o'clock, right? We have to watch Netflix and all as well. So what we can do is we can sleep as early as 11 o'clock, and then we have to wake up at around 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning, because the morning sunlight is also essential for our body, right? So here is a small video on sleep by our founder. So please go through the video.
तो हमें देखना और समझना ये है कि जब हम सुबह में उठते हैं तो हम बड़े परेशान से उठते हैं, टेंशन में उठते हैं, उठने का मन नहीं हो रहा होता, शरीर थका हुआ होता है सोने के बावजूद। सुबह में जब तक 2 ग्लास चाय या कॉफ़ी नहीं पी लें तब तक हमारा दिन शुरू नहीं होता। अगर एज अ पैटर्न आप सुबह में इस तरह से उठ रहे हैं तो आपको बहुत ज़रूरत है ये समझें कि मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है। तो अगर हम सुबह में इस तरह थके हुए से उठते हैं तो इसका मतलब सीधा ये हुआ कि हम ठीक से सोए नहीं। अगर हम सोए नहीं तो उसके क्या कारण हैं? 3 कारण हैं बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट। या तो हम ठीक खाना नहीं खा रहे हैं सोने के पहले, या हमने कोई टेंशन अपने दिमाग में पाली हुई है, कोई स्ट्रेस पाला हुआ है जिसकी वजह से हम ठीक से सो नहीं पा रहे, या हमारी बॉडी क्लॉक किसी वजह से डिस्टर्ब हो गई है। जैसे हम बाहर के देशों में जाते हैं उस टाइम जेट लैग हो जाता है तो टाइम बॉडी का जो स्केड्यूल है वो बिगड़ जाता है। तो अगर मैं ये बोलूँ कि नींद बहुत ज़रूरी है और कल से आप ठीक से सोना शुरू कर दीजिए तो वो पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाएगा। तो इसलिए ये समझना कि ठीक है, अगर मैं ठीक खाना नहीं खा रहा हूँ तो मुझे क्या चेंज करना है, अपनी फूड हैबिट में क्या चेंज करना है। सबसे पहले कम से कम सोने के 3 घंटा पहले आप अपना खाना खाइए। खाना हल्का होना चाहिए, उस बहुत तेल वाला खाना या बहुत कार्ब्स वाला खाना रात में बिल्कुल नहीं खाना चाहिए। दूसरा, आजकल हम सोशल मीडिया पे बहुत एक्टिव रहते हैं। ये देखिए कि कम से कम सोने के 1 घंटा पहले आपका लैपटॉप बंद हो गया और आपके सोशल मीडिया के हैंडल्स आपने बंद कर दिए।
So we have seen that how much sleep is an important factor. Now we will discuss about the most common forms of cancer. So there are top 5 cancers that affect Indian population the most. First is the breast cancer. The second is the oral cancer. Then the cervical, gastric and lung cancer. So when you talk about breast cancer, as I have already mentioned, that it can happen in both male and female. Okay, and the second thing is the simple exercise which I have suggested you. You can do that to examine that whether you are having any kind of tumor in your breast. Okay, the next in most of the cases it is the leading factor of, because cancer is the second leading cause of death, right? And cardiovascular disease is the first leading cause of death. But if we do not continuously work on ourselves, it will not take longer time for cancer to be in the first position. So breast cancer is the leading factor of death in women. Okay, but it can happen to both male and female. The second one is the oral cancer. Oral cancer is mainly 90% due to consumption of tobacco, consumption of pan masala and cigarettes and all. Okay, so you have to continuously work on that. You have to open your mouth and observe. And also you can do a simple exercise is use this forefinger. If you are not taking gutka, if you're not taking betel nut or any kind of tobacco substance, then you will be able to insert these four fingers in your mouth, for example like this. But if you give this exercise to people who are continuously taking gutka, tobacco or betel nut, they will not be able to do this exercise. Then what will happen is this part will pain, part will pain, and they will not be able to open their mouth completely. So which means that their body is already giving them symptoms that this thing is not right. So that is how you can improve. And oral cancer is one of the leading cause of death in male. Okay, but it might happen to female as well, because nowadays females are also into tobacco use and gutka substances and all. Okay, the next thing is cervical cancer. It is in female. So if, for example, if you have engaged yourself in a sexual activity before the age your body is fully grown, for example 18 to 25 to 30, your body is growing, right? Your body is growing. But if you got married at a very early stage, for example at 14 or 15, and by the age of 20 you already have 3 child, so which means you are harming your internal organs, because it is very delicate and it is very soft at the same time. So what will happen, it will create infection in the later period, and then you might be a victim of cervical cancer. And also, if you do not wash your private parts, it is very essential to keep your private parts clean, hygiene. Okay, if you do not do, infection might be there, and later on it might form into cervical cancer. So gastric cancer is one of the latest, and it is very common in youth. Okay, so initially what happened, gas is something we all ignore. We will drink a glass of water or we will take a medicine. But when it turns into ulcer, then what happened, I will have tangy water away from my mouth, or my body will pain. Too much of pain in the body will be there, which means your body is acidic, right? So what will happen later on, it might turn to gastric cancer if you do not take proper care. Okay, then the last one is the lung cancer. Lung cancer is mainly due to smoking. Okay, so what happened when you light a cigarette? Okay, when you're drinking for yourself and you're harming only your body. But when you're lighting a cigarette, you are harming 10 other people standing in front of you, because you are making them passive smoker as well. And also the air which you inhale passes to our blood. Okay, so in future, if you're planning that I will marry and I will have child, it means you are increasing the chances of cancer in your child. For example, blood cancer, which is leukemia, or brain cancer. So in hospital, you will find many pediatric patient who is having blood cancer, who is just of 1 year of age, who is just of 1 month of age. So this might be one of the symptoms that you are putting risks of your, you are putting your child in risks. Okay, so you have to continuously keep this in mind, that while you light a cigarette, you are harming your coming generation and also the people around you. So you have to be very conscious and try to avoid, okay, smoking. So now we will discuss about the most one of the important thing is when someone has cancer. So being a social worker or being a human being, we should understand that there might be two changes. First change is there might be physical changes in a cancer patient. There might be emotional changes. So when we talk about physical changes, they might, their hair might fall and they may be bald, or maybe, they might have a lump on their face, or their breast has grown this much big. So it might happen, okay, to a cancer patient. We should never laugh or taunt that person, because when we are laughing or we are taunting, we are releasing negative hormones in our body. And what we have to keep this in mind, that our body also have negative hormones. So never laugh or taunt a cancer patient, try to be with them. Okay, the next is possible emotional changes. So there might be some emotional changes in a cancer patient, because when cancer happen, there is two taboo. First taboo in the society and with the patient is cancer means death. Cancer ho gaya, to now I will die. Okay, the second taboo is cancer will spread. Okay, but this two taboo is the wrong taboo in the society. Cancer does not mean death, but if you are ignoring your body, you are having a tumor in face or mouth, but you are not going to a doctor because you are afraid, you don't want to go. So that means you are ignoring your body, you are ignorant about your body, and you are allowing cancer to breed. So what happened at the later stage, when you go, there will be no the doctors and hospital, when they will say that I cannot help, you are not supposed to blame the hospital or doctor, because I was ignorant about my body, right? The second thing is you have to make them understand that cancer does not mean death. Cancer is there, right, because of the unhealthy lifestyle, but treatment is there and medicine is there. And the second thing is cancer does not spread because it will happen in your cell and it is totally internal, right? The third thing is respect the privacy of someone who has cancer. So being a social worker, one of the important principle is principle of confidentiality, right? So we have to maintain that confidentiality when we know that someone has cancer, because the person who have cancer might not be comfortable sharing it with someone else. Okay, so we have some basic do's and don'ts while you meet a cancer patient. So the first do is let them know you care. So never sympathize with a patient because they don't need your sympathy. Don't sympathize. Second thing is respect their decision about how their cancer will be treated. So try to respect wherever they want to do their treatment. You know that for cancer, the best hospital will be either Tata in Mumbai or Chennai in Apollo. But you don't want to refer, because you want to refer the patients there, but the patient is not comfortable doing treatment there. So try to respect their decision, because if you force them, negative hormones will increase in their body, and they will fight for their survival. So don't do that. The third thing is include the person in usual projects, plans, and social event. So never make the person feel that you are excluded because you are having cancer. Try to include them in every plans you do. Okay, the next thing is listen without always feeling that you have to respond. So the thing is that active listening is one of the important skill for us. So we have to listen to what the patient is telling to us, or what the person want to tell it to us. Always we just don't need to give advice, right? Then the fifth thing is offer to help in a concrete or specific ways. So how we will offer help? Neither we are doctors, nor we are counselors, nor we have too much of money to invest. So what you can do is, for example, if your neighbor is diagnosed with cancer, right? So what you can do is bring their children to your home and feed them. For example, you made dinner for them for one day in a week, or maybe you have helped them do their homeworks. So like that you can help. Or you are going to college and meantime you can also drop them in their school. So these are the little things you can do to make the patient feel happy, or maybe you can distribute her stress. Okay, there are various don'ts which you have to maintain. Is don't offer advice they don't ask for, or be judgmental. So we should never offer advice a patient who don't ask for advice. Okay, second thing is assume they can no longer do the job. So please don't assume that a cancer patient cannot do a job, because we meet patient, for example, they came for a chemotherapy today, day after tomorrow they are going to join their office, because in cancer willpower plays a very important role. If you feel that I have cancer, I will beat it, and my willpower is strong, then nobody can stop me from doing daily activities. Okay, the third thing is don't be afraid to talk about the illness. So never be afraid, because for example, you saw that a patient is diagnosed with cancer and you do not want to tell. because somewhere cancer is traumatic, right? But you have to make them understand that cancer medicine, treatment and medicines are available. Okay, various other diseases don't have medicine, but cancer have medicine, and you have chances to survive. And also, you, if you focus on your nutrition, in your thought process and your breathing, then there are more chances to survive. So you can help them in that manner. Okay, then the next thing is tell that a person with cancer, I can imagine how you must feel, because you really can't. So you really cannot feel how a cancer patient is feeling. For example, if you got a cut in a kitchen, that is very common. Once in a lifetime someone had got cut, so you can share that feeling. Okay, people will understand. But when a cancer patient is telling you that I am in a pain, I am too much in pain, so never tell that I can feel your pain, because we actually cannot. You can say I can understand, you can ask them to divert their mind through doing various activities, but never say that you can feel the pain. Okay, and the last thing and the most important thing is, don't go around someone with cancer if you are sick or have any fever or any other signs of infection. So basically, you are having a very good intent and you want to go and meet your friends, but you are sick, you are having fever. So never go and meet the cancer patient, because you will go with a good intent, but while you return back, you are gifting virus and making their chances of survival less. So never go around a person, a cancer patient, when you are sick or you are having any kind of communicable disease. Okay. So the next thing is 32.6 million 5-year cancer survivors worldwide. So this means that cancer does not mean death. This much of cancer survivors are still there. And we as an organization, since 8 years, we are working with patients, with survivors, and we know that cancer is not fatal. Okay, if you work towards early diagnosis and its treatment, then it is not at all fatal. You have to understand the signals if your body is giving you. Just don't ignore it, right? Because we when we go in front of a mirror, if there is a pimple, we are worried. If our hairs are falling, we are worried. Then why not worry about the acidity in our body? Why not worry about the pain in our body? So you have to try to understand that if this is happening, why it is happening. You have to be continuously curious about that. And this is a very important quote: you beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in which manner you live. So you have to understand that what is the importance of your existence in life. Why I am here while 1,000 other peoples are dying. I'm here because I have to bring a change in the society, right? So that is what you can do. I am not here to drink and party around with my friends. Partying is different thing, drinking, smoking is different thing. So I'm not here to drink, or I'm not here to take cigarettes, or so you have to understand why you are here, what is the purpose of you being here, and what you can do as a human being. So this was all about cancer and healthy lifestyle and how to deal with a cancer patient. So if you have any question, you can ask me, and next then we can move forward with the quiz session as well. So anyone, any questions or? So now you all can turn your videos because sleeping period is off. Now let me see like you already actually there or not. So yeah, thank you for listening. And before starting the quiz, I also want to tell you all that Ruby ma'am has written a book on her life story mainly. And also in this book, you can understand how to change your adversities into possibilities. How can you change your negativity into positivity, how you can deal with various things in your life. Okay, so basically it is about her youth, about her journey, and you will love this book. Please try once. The name of the book is Fragrance of a Wild Soul by Ruby Ahluwalia. And this is one of the quote from a book is, I wish we could all give ourselves a chance to feel that beauty of abundance by being help to others. So this is one of the important quote. You can get this book in Flipkart and Amazon as well. So moving further, Pratik, over to you. You can carry the quiz session and make it more interactive. But the criteria is everyone have to turn their video on. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
I want to mention that Ulhas has conducted this program. He has fixed this program. He is our program intern. So we are also providing virtual internship to the students. So if you feel that I want to work for the cause, yeah, Ashwini, yeah, I will reply to your question. So basically, we are providing virtual internship. In that internship, you can do various things, like we have various activities for you all, but you don't have to go in the field. You can just sit back at home and dedicate 3 to 4 hours of your time in entire day, and you can do your work properly. So Ashwini has a question that how cancer is tested, I mean clinically. See, there are various other tests in available. Okay, so when you're going for a breast cancer screening, so basically they will do it without any instrument, and that will be less painful. You can do cervical cancer screening, they will have a equipment. You can do pap tests, you can do mammography. These are the common tests you can do, but all the tests are not required. But when you go to a cancer hospital, you can just say that I want to do normal screening, breast screening or oral screening. So those screenings are not at all painful, and it is not dangerous also. They will just open your mouth, they will see if there is any kind of symptoms in you. So that is how tests are done. But after biopsy, if a biopsy is done, and biopsy will only be done if you have any kind of tumor or any, if other hospitals or doctor feel that you might have cancer cells in your body, then biopsy is done to detect whether cancer cells are present in your body or not. So that is one of the common tests which is done to identify that whether you have cancer or not. Otherwise, the normal screening are very as normal as I said. You can do your self screening inside your washroom, or also in front of the mirror. You can observe your body. Also, you can open your mouth and see. Okay. Why cancer is more common in men rather than women? So yeah, Ashwini, let me tell you that cancer is something not more common in men or more common in female, because see, when we talk about cancer, there are various different type of cancer. So nowadays what we happen is girls are more, we are feminist, we are equal to men, we want to do everything equally. But what they are doing is in terms to be equal, they are starting to smoke, they are starting to drink, and in cancer also they are getting equally. But what happened in terms of oral cancer, jokes apart, in terms of oral cancer, when we talk, men are more likely to consume alcohol or smoking or drinking. So in oral cancer, in men it is more, but in breast cancer, if you compare, it is more in female. Because if you're obese or you are not breastfeeding your child, or for example, if we talk about cervical cancer, if you are negligent and you are getting involved in sexual activity at a very early age, then in that cases, those cancers are more in female. So if you, as a data, you cannot see completely that it is more in male. In some cancer, male are more, in some cancer, female are more. So you have to see that thing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, Pratik, so over to you now.
I think there was one more question.
Yeah.
There is one more question, I guess.
How can we increase craving management skills? Wait 1 second. Among substance abuse children. Okay, see, first thing, when we talk about substance abuse, when we are talking about that, first thing, when a child is into substance abuse, it is the rehab what you can do. You can take them to rehab for that, because when we talk about substance abuse, we cannot tell directly that you have to leave it, because when we send a child to, because they are very when we talk about substance abuse, it is mostly regarding maturity. Okay, so when I tell you that you have to quit smoking or drinking, so if I tell you today, you know everything. In the cigarette packets also it is written that it is injurious to your health, right? But we are ignorant about it. So first thing, it is about maturity. We have to ourselves understand that this thing is harming our body. This is giving us temporary pleasure, right? So when we talk about children in that level, they are not mature. Okay, I was working with children. Okay, then they used to give us a reason, right? They will give us a reason, for example, that we are street child and we are feeling very hungry. So if we take dendrite, for example, if we take dendrite, then our the way we are feeling hungry will go. So that is the reason we are taking. So what you can do is you can send them to rehab. Rehab is the important thing, where they will teach you how to deal with your things. Okay, first thing, they will not allow you to leave at one go. They will give you little. Later on they will make you understand, because see, while we do substance abuse, while we are drinking, while we are smoking, we are doing it because we are having enough of time. But if we involve ourselves in various activities, then we can manage them. If we involve the child in various activities, like now he is studying, now he is playing, now he is eating food, so we are involving them in different things, and that's when their mind get divert. So what you can do is contact nearby help rehabilitation center who is working with children, and then you can keep a constant touch that these are the things which should be done and can be done. So you can do in that way. Because for leaving cigarettes, tobacco, betel nut, you have to be first of all very matured. You have to understand its consequences, right? So how to deal with cancer mentally? Yeah. So how to deal with cancer mentally? So when we are thinking about cancer, okay, for us cancer is a devil, right? But cancer is actually not a devil. We are ourselves harming our body. We are not eating properly, we are not sleeping properly, we are busy with our PUBG. When we are eating, we are busy with our PUBG. So what happened? We are not paying attention to whatever we are doing in our life. You have to understand that if you do things properly, for example, a few days back when I joined the organization, maybe 2 years back, so I was having lots of negative things, like I was sleeping late, I was eating lots of junk food, and when I joined, I had constantly a mental thing in my mind that I might be also a victim. That fear, okay, that fear. And now what I'm doing is I am working on a proper diet, proper exercise. When you're doing things right, there is no, challenges in your mind. You will never face any fear in your mind. The thing is that you have to work on your diet, you have to be positive, you have to manage your anger and all, you have to breathe properly, you have to do regular exercises, drink lots of water till 4 p.m. After 4 p.m. drink as many, when you're thirsty, only drink them. So these are the things you can do. When you're doing these things right, you will see that positivity is already there. And also you have to understand, for example, you are a victim of cancer, so you have that thing in your mind, but abhi ho gaya, it is already there in my body. So the thing should be that I will die should never be there. It should be there, how can this particular disease, a small thing, can kill me? The thing should be in your mind that I have to throw this out and I will work on my health from next onwards. So what you can do is you have to understand that today if I get heart attack, I will die immediately, if a major one. Okay, but if I get cancer, I will not die immediately. I will have to undergo various treatments. I will take medicines. I will do exercise. You will be able to manage your things like that. So that is entire thing about mental thing. You have to understand. You have to have knowledge about the disease. Okay. In which stage cancer patients can get recovered? So yeah, so basically first, second stages when we say are recoverable, but third, fourth stages are a bit hard. But one more thing is the thought process. Okay, why I'm telling you, because we are on a daily basis working with patients. So we have seen patients who are in first stage and are no more, but we have seen patients who are in the fourth stage and are still alive. How? Because you have to be positive. if you constantly think that no matter I'm taking chemotherapy, I'm taking saline, I'm taking injections, but anyways I'm going to die. If that is your mentality, okay, that is your mentality, then anyways it will not get recovered, because you're constantly releasing all the negative emotions in your body, right? So what you can do is when you're in the stages, you don't have to think about stage. You just have to think, I will fight the disease. I will fight the disease, because this is my body. How can an invader come in my body and kill me like this? I'm not here to just die like ordinary people. So that is the thing you have to do. That is the only thing you have to do. You have to be just positive, and your willpower have to be very strong, very strong. And cancer doesn't spread. Cancer doesn't mean death. So what is the fear all about? The fear is about injections. So take it. It is for one time only. But think about, if I take the chemotherapy now, at evening 6 o'clock, I am free. I have taken it. So just I have to take it for half an hour and I am okay with that. So you have to understand that. Okay. Does Sanjeevani organization provide any treatment or intervention below 18 years? If yes, how treatment? No, we don't provide intervention. We are an organization working with underprivileged patients. We provide counseling to patients, like how they can be strong. We explain them about the treatment. We guide them about the financial assistance, and we have different programs. So in hospital, we do that. Outside, this is the one of the program I am doing is spreading awareness about cancer. Okay, that is the Can Chetna. The third program we have is the Can Satori. That is what we do is, apart from medication, because when you go into a hospital, a doctor will have hardly 2 minutes to talk to a patient. He will not have time to discuss about diet. He will not have time to discuss about positive mindset, because if he invests all the time on one patient, what will the 10 more patient do who are waiting in the line? So what we do is we fulfill that gap. We interact with the patient. We bring them to our wellness center. They undergo various therapies. For example, it is related to health, it is related to mental health, it is related to your, physical health, it is your diet, your nutrition. We have different faculties who deal with different such things. And every month we organize such big programs where 1,000, 2,000 people register and join us. Dr. Gangadhar B. Sonar was also one of the participants in 15 August program we had. Okay, so we have various like this program. You can join us. You can join us in our wellness program, where you will understand how nutrition, because see, when you meet a doctor or when you go hospital, when we talk about milk, a simple example, so a doctor will say, okay, you take milk, no issue. Okay, because milk is not at all bad for our body. But we also have to understand how milk is being given to given to us. Through packets, it is being hormonal, all the injections, all the negativity, all the chemicals, and we are taking those chemicals inside our body, right? So we used to provide training, we used to provide sessions on that. So this is what Sanjeevani is doing. Okay, apart from the medication, we do not provide any kind of treatment. And is cancer genetic? Yeah, in some cases it is genetic, because it is a disease with cell, and also it is a disease, it might happen through blood. So yeah, sometimes it is genetic, but most of the time it is not. For example, if your mom had breast cancer, and your mom had breast cancer and she has been in a bad diet or maybe too much stress, so if you are also following the same thing, it is so obvious that the chances will rise, right? For example, diabetes, if my father have diabetes, I have 50% of risk that I might also have diabetes, right? But thinking that, if I think that, okay, I will get cancer, I will get diabetes, no matter what I do, then you will never be recovered. You have to understand that my family had, so I will not allow this happen to me. So what you can do is constantly work on your diet, on your thought process. Because when we talk about treatment or diet, it is not only important. Being positive is equally important. Breathing is equally important. So you have to focus on that. Okay. How treatment procedures are. Okay, so as I talk, Ashwini, there are 3 treatments. One thing is the chemotherapy, second thing is the radiation, and third thing is the surgery. Surgery, every one of us know, they will remove your tumor from your body. Chemotherapy is as simple as you take saline, okay, but the dose is a bit stronger because cancer is a stronger disease, and to kill that we will give more. They used to give more stronger dose. So what happens in the result? Your hair will fall, okay, a patient might become bald, or also they might feel vomiting, or they might they might not have that craving to eat, that taste buds and their appetite will go, okay. But they have to keep this in mind that no matter what are the side effects, they have to eat, they have to be positive, okay. So when we talk about chemo, it is just a normal saline, like saline they will give you. Or if it is very much lighter, because if your cancer is in very first stage, or if it is going to get cured by 1-2 treatment, then you can take, they will suggest you medicines like tablet, you have to take that, or by saline you have to take the chemo. Radiation is also, it is very simple, but yeah, after the treatment it will be a bit painful. Yeah, every treatment is painful. They will inject in your body, that is painful, but you have to deal with that. You have to understand that this is pain, this pain is for my betterment, okay. So these are the 3 treatments of cancer. It is not something rocket science, that chemo means they will kill me, they will put me inside somewhere. No, it is simple, it is very simple, okay. But the thing is that the willpower is very important, because if we have if my friend, if she is having gas, one of my friend is there, she is having gas, okay, and she used to have too much of gas, and she used to go, and in a week every day she used to take saline to recover. But when I talk about cancer, why do I need to worry so much? I have treatment, I have medicines, so why do I need to worry so much? Go immediately to hospital. If you find that something is wrong, if cancer cells are run. So this is the thing about cancer. So yeah, so these are the questions I got. So can we move forward?
I just want to ask you something. In your presentation, I saw this acidity is associated with cancer. Acidity.
Yes, sir.
So nowadays, because of this modern lifestyle and they are all eating of junk foods and all that, because there is no physical activity,
Yes.
frequent occurrence of the acidity is common.
Yes, sir.
So when we need to go for the testing because of the acidity, that it is,
Yeah, so sir, when we talk about acidity, when our body is too much of acidic, at the later period it might form to cancer. But when acidity is there, we don't need to worry about that. What we can do is, like, we should limit the use of non-veg, first thing, because non-veg take longer period to get digested. So once a week we can take non-veg, okay, because protein is equally necessary. Once a week we can take, and the rest of the day we should keep this in mind, that we should detoxify our body. The more amount of water, and there is also basil seeds, that is the sabja we call, okay. So in the morning we can just take 1 spoon of sabja seeds, and we can keep it in a glass of water, and we can drink it in the morning when we are empty stomach. That will help to deal with your body inflammation. That will help to make our digestive system very clear, okay. So these are the things we can do when we are knowing that our body is having acidity, is becoming acidic, and I am having acidity more often. So we should immediately focus on our diet, that something is wrong happening in our body. It's like not going for a test, but always we suggest is improve the diet. Improve the diet. When things are on our hand, we can improve that. So eat as many as raw fruits and vegetables, okay, as many as colorful vegetables, raw vegetables. How much you can eat, okay. Try to include leafy vegetable in your lunch, not in night, because if you have that leafy vegetable, again morning you will have acidity. So what you can do is eat as much of green vegetable as possible in the lunch, and fruits in the morning, not in the evening or night. After 4 o'clock, please do not eat any fruit, because it will again create acidity. So because we don't know what are the right time to eat, that is the reason we find is our body becomes acidic actually. So this is how we can work, and drink as much as water we can, and warm water. We suggest that warm water, not cold water. So we should try to exclude sugar from our food. We should take jaggery, or for example, if we are making kheer and all, we can put date paste in that. So these are the things we can do and avoid, because acidity is very common. I also have once a week, twice a week, I also have acidity. But what I immediately do is I drink lots of water, and then I focus on my diet, that I will not eat these things. Because non-veg is a very important reason, because earlier we don't observe that non-veg is harming our body, right? First thing is, when we are cutting an animal, okay, already the animal is in very fear, very much of tension, okay, he or that animal is releasing all the negative emotions in their body, and we are eating that meat. So we are eating all his negative emotions as well. All the negative hormones are getting inside our body. And second thing is, it is taking longer time to get digested. And as a result, what happened? It is still there in our digestive system, and we are eating our food and burdening up the things, and it is not getting digested, and it is creating problem. So what we can say, we can detoxify. The more salads we eat, the more it will get detoxified. Our digestive, our bladder habit will be very smooth. If we drink water, warm water, then morning you will see that when you are going to washroom, it is very smooth, no problem in that. So these are the things we can do. But if you're feeling that you are anytime bloated, if you are very much acidic and all, then you can consult a doctor. You can tell them that I am having this issue in a week, every day I feel so. Then we can do that. But when we know that once a week it is happening and it is harmful for our body, then what we can do is improve our diet. That is the only thing we can do. Yes, sir. So, yeah. So, Pratik, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So, yeah, you can carry forward, and please request everyone to turn on the video.
All right. So before I start, I request all of you to turn on your videos and switch off your mics if it is unmuted already. So I'm waiting here for you all to turn on your videos, because the first rule of our quiz is turn on your videos and switch off your mics. So I'm waiting. I can already see Ulha smiling. Deepa ji is here. Pooja, turned on your video. Thank you so much. Nilamma turned on her video. And I'm waiting for all of you to turn on your videos. Please. We want to see your beautiful smiling faces out here. And we want to know that you are actually listening to the seminar that has been presented to you and not sleeping. Okay. Amreen is here. All right. Shalini, Annapurna, I think almost everyone has turned on their videos. Thank you so much for turning on your videos. I'm still waiting for a few people to turn on their videos. Something's to live. Vijay Lakshmi, Rekha, okay, Reshma is here. Thank you so much. Please turn on your videos. After that, we will move on to the upcoming rules of the quiz. That is the second, third, and fourth rule. Okay. Seems like almost 80% people have turned on their videos. So I request the remaining people to turn on their videos as soon as possible too, because we want to see if you're answering by your brain and not anything else. Okay. The second rule of quiz is you have to give replies or the answers of the questions in the chat box. You do not unmute yourself and yell the answer at us. The rule is, after every question, I will say 3, 2, 1, start answering. Only after I say start answering, you will enter your answer in the chat box. If you answer before I say start answering, your answer to that particular question won't be accepted. Okay, moving on to the fourth rule. The fourth rule is that you have to abide by all the 3 rules that I have already introduced. So I am requesting once again to all those who have not turned on their videos, please turn your videos ASAP. We want to see you. All right. And here is the motto of the quiz. The motto of the quiz is fastest fingers first. So the faster you type in your answer, the more your chances of winning this amazing quiz. And yeah, speaking of winning, there will be 3 winners. And these 3 winners will get 3 prizes. And do not consider these prizes as random prizes, because these are special gifts. And these will be sent to you directly by Ruby Ahluwalia ma'am, the core reason why Sanjeevani exists. All right. Seems like everybody got the rules, so I will just have a test run now. So when I say 3, 2, 1, start typing, everybody type ready and send. Is that all right? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Start typing, please. Please type ready and enter it as soon as possible. If you're on your laptop, keep your fingers on the keyboard. If you're on your mobile, keep your mobiles in your hands. We want to see your typing speed. Please type ready and send it as soon as possible. All right, I'm waiting for the responses, please. Okay, seems like no one is ready. I'm still waiting for the responses. Okay. All right. Yeah, seems like one person is ready. Okay. Okay, we have Neelam, you're ready. Okay, now we are having the replies. Please don't be shy. No response is totally right or totally wrong. Please respond whatever you want to. Okay. Pooja is ready. Pratibha is ready. And I think almost everyone is ready. So after all the highs come in, we'll start with the quiz. Okay, still waiting. Okay. Shivaling is okay, ready. Yeah, Sunki ma'am is also ready. But Sunki ma'am, you won't be awarded with the prize even if you win the quiz. It is for the people who attended the seminar. Okay, Malama is ready. All right, seems like everyone is ready. So can we move on with the quiz? Sunki ma'am.
I would request Ullas and Soma, please keep a check on the winners and please send me so that I can send it to Dr. Gangadhar sir.
All right, here we have the first question. Cancer is the dash leading cause of death globally. First, second, third, or fourth? 3, 2, 1. Start answering, please. Cancer is the dash leading cause of death globally. First, second, third, or fourth? Please reply in the proper spelling. FIRST, PHIRD, or FOURTH, not ABCD or 1, 2, 3, 4, please. For this question, we are accepting your replies even if you're giving in 1, 2, 3, 4, but we want you to type the answers because we will be giving you enough time to type the answers. So we have 10 more seconds for this specific question, and I don't think you need 10 seconds to type third or second.
Pratik, your voice is breaking. Please keep a check on your network.
All right. Yeah. Please do not reply in the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D. We want you to type the proper answer in the proper alphabetical scheme. Please. Okay. Thanks for typing in the answers. And seems like almost everyone has responded. So we will move on to the next question. Question number 2, please. Cancer is the result of the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells anywhere in the body. True or false? 3, 2, 1. Start answering, please. Please do not answer in 1 or 2, A or B. Reply in true or false. Okay. Thank you so much for replying in the proper pattern and the proper spelling. And it is clear that almost everyone was paying attention to the slides that has been presented because all these questions were raised in the slides that have been presented to you, and you might also have had the answers to all the questions. Okay, we are having a lot of answers, and we have 5 more seconds for this question, and then we'll move on to question number 3. 3 more seconds left. And the time is up for question number 2. The time is up. We'll move on to question number 3 now. Cancer cells are dash in nature, toxic or alkaline. 3, 2, 1. Start answering, please. All right, we already have an answer. Okay, you guys are really fast. I don't know how many hours you spend on WhatsApp in this lockdown, but it is helping, definitely helping. Wow, we are having a lot of replies. And please make sure that you do not copy the answer that comes in the top, because sometimes what happens is the first answer comes in as wrong and the entire series becomes wrong. So please answer with your guts and do not copy from others. All right, we're having a lot of answers and we have 5 more seconds for this specific question. 3 more seconds left and the time is up for question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4, please. Across the globe, that is the most common type of cancer that kills men. Lung cancer, prostate cancer, penile cancer, oral cancer. 3, 2, 1, answering please. Please answer in proper format. If you're going for lung cancer, type lung cancer. If you're going for prostate cancer, type the full thing. All right. And And yet again, please do not copy from the first answer that already dropped in. Respond with your gut. Was one of the questions raised by a person who joined the seminar. She asked, who has more cancer, I guess, male or female? And there was a beautiful reply to this, and I think the answer was within it. All right. Seems like almost everyone is replying the same thing. And yet again, please do not reply in 1, 2, 3, 4. Reply in the proper format. Okay. Thank you so much for typing in the proper answer, but okay, we might have a little problem here. Okay. And the time is up for question number 4. Let's move on to question number 5, please. Now, this is for the female out there. Worldwide, DASH is the most common cancer that kills women. Stomach cancer, skin cancer, ovarian cancer, or breast cancer. 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. Okay, start answering. All right. Seems like everyone was paying attention to the slides, which was focused to breast cancer. All right. That's great. Also, the outfit I'm wearing is the one that Sanjeevani gifted me in the month of October 2018 when we were celebrating the breast cancer month for the pink warriors out there. Okay, we are having a lot of answers and 3 and 4. You cannot reply with 2 answers. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 6, please. Question number 6 out here. Breast cancer is only diagnosed in women. True or false? 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. Breast cancer is only diagnosed in women. True or false? Now, this is a tricky question out here. And if you all pay attention to the slides, you will get it right. Okay. A lot of answers are coming in. Some are typing true, some are typing false. We will get to know about it when this quiz ends. We will write all the questions just for you so that you know what you responded was right or wrong. And I'm so happy to see that most of the answers are right. Now I'm going to tell which is the right answer or the wrong answer right now, but after the quiz ends. And we have 5 more seconds for this specific question because we have like really, and then we will move on to question number 7. Okay. And the time is up. Let's move on to question number 7. Which of the following is not considered a risk factor for oral cancer? Tobacco use, frequent alcohol use, a high fiber diet, or all are risk factors? 3, 2, 1, start answering, please.
Pratik,
Okay.
like your voice is breaking. Can you please rejoin till then I can conduct it? Yeah.
All right. All right.
Okay. So the question is, which of the following is not considered a risk factor for oral cancer? Tobacco use, frequent alcohol use, a high fiber diet, all are the risk factors. Please answer the question.
Not considered a high risk factor.
Yeah, I am back.
Yeah.
I think my voice is clearer now. Okay. I hope you paid close attention to the question because the question was, which one of the following is not considered a risk factor? Please respond properly and not in 1, 2, 3, 4, but type the proper format. I think you already had 30 seconds when I was gone. But still, we are giving
the
you.
next question. Yeah.
Okay. Next question, please. Question number 8. The time is up for question number 7. Okay. We have question number 8 here. Cancer of the blood cells is referred to as dash. Kaposi sarcoma, basal cell carcinoma, mesothelioma, or leukemia. 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. We are giving you 15 seconds for this question. 15 seconds. We already have an answer. Thank you so much for replying. We are waiting for more responses. Please type as soon as possible and respond. And only the first 3 responses will be recorded. So please be fast. But still, we are waiting for all of you to reply to the question because I know that you have spent so much time with the seminar that, yes, you want to let us know that you know the answers. So please type the correct answers as soon as possible. We have 5 more seconds for question number 8. 5 more seconds. Okay. I still see people are replying in 1, 2, 3, 4. Please reply with the proper answers. Okay, let's move on to question number 9, please. The time is up for question number 8. Question number 9, which tumor is cancerous, malignant or benign? 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. Which tumor is cancerous, malignant or benign? Now there is a 50-50 chance of you getting this answer either right or wrong. So just go anyway. Okay, we are already having answers and wow, okay. You guys are getting faster with each and every answer. And just to let you know, we just have 3 more questions left. And after that, okay, you guys are really getting fast. And we have 5 more seconds for question number 9. And then we'll move on to question number 10, which is the third last question of this quiz series. And please make sure the spelling of the tumor benign is B-E-N-I-G-N, not B-E-N-I-N or B-E-N-I-G. It's B-E-N-I-G-N. Make sure you get the correct spelling because it will stay in your mind if you get it correct. Okay, question number 10, please. The most common types of treatment of cancer are chemotherapy, surgery, radiation therapy, all of the above. 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. Now, someone among you has already raised this question in the question answer section, so I hope you get it right. The most common types of treatment of cancer are chemotherapy, surgery, radiation therapy, or all of the above. Okay, we are having a lot of answers, and thank you for not responding in 1, 2, 3, 4 ABCD and typing the full spelling. Okay. We have 10 more seconds for this question because you have to type a lot. And after question 10, we will move on to question number 11 and then question number 12, which is the last question. And after that, we will revise all the questions just for you. We have 5 more seconds left and then we'll move on to question number 11. Make sure you respond in that time. And the time is up for question number 10. Let's move on to question number 11, please. Question number 11. Our immunity depends on which of the following? Food, thought processes, breathing pattern, all of the above. 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. Now, this entire seminar is based on this question. If you get this wrong, I will be very upset. So please get it right. Okay, seems like almost everyone is replying, and okay, the replies are pretty similar. And we are giving you 10 seconds for this specific question because yet again, you have to type a lot. After question number 11, we will move on to the last question of this entire quiz series, which is question number 12. And that's an eye-opener question. I hope you're ready for it. We have 5 more seconds for this specific question, and then we'll move on to question number 12. 3 more seconds, and the time is up for question number 11. Let's move on to question number 12, please. Here is the last question of the entire quiz series, question number 12. Every individual has cancer cells present in their body, true or false? 3, 2, 1, start answering, please. Okay, we already have an answer. Wow. Every individual has cancer cells present in their body, true or false? I hope you get it right. And after this question ends, we will revise the questions once again for you so that you get to analyze yourself if you were right or wrong. And we have 10 more seconds for this specific question. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop answering. The time is up. And with this, we have come to an end of KBCW, Kaun Banega Cancer Warrior, presented to you by Sanjeevani Light Beyond Cancer, the greatest cancer care NGO in entire India since 2012. Okay, so with this, I hope that all the answers are in, and then we will revise it for you. Question number 1 was cancer is the dash leading cause of that globally. The actual answer is second, because first is cardiovascular diseases and right next to it is cancer. And please, cancer is in second, but according to predictions of WHO, we will have 1 out of 8 family members having cancers. So that's a very high risk. So if you don't pay enough attention to cancer, maybe it will rise to first. So it's our sole responsibility to keep it as low as possible. Question number 2, please. Yeah. Question number 2 coming up. Okay. Cancer is the result of the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells anywhere in the body. The answer is true. Question number 3, please. Cancer cells are dash in nature. The actual answer was toxic in nature. Now, alkaline is the nature of objects that we consume or we have. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. We have question number 4 up next. Question number 4, please. Okay. Yeah, question number 4. Across the globe, dash is the most common type of cancer that kills men. The actual answer was oral cancer, and I was so heartbroken to see that almost everyone replied it as lung cancer. Lung cancer is not the most common type of cancer that kills men. It's oral cancer. So stop eating gudka, stop eating pan masala, stop eating tobacco, stop consuming cigarettes, because the packets is smoking kills, and yet you continue to smoke. Okay, so with this, let's continue to the next question, which was question number 5. And it was worldwide, dash is the most common cancer that kills women. And the answer was breast cancer. Obviously, you got the answer right. And also, I'm wearing a t-shirt gifted to me by Sanjeevani in the month of October for Pink Warriors. That is for breast cancer survivors. Yeah, we celebrate breast cancer month every year in the month of October. Let's move on to question number 6, please. And also, here's a fun fact. If you join Sanjeevani, you'll get free gifts and free t-shirts all the time. I got a lot of them. Question number 6 here says, breast cancer is only diagnosed in women. The actual answer is false, because breast cancer can happen in both male and female. And also, here is the myth buster. Breast cancer does not only occur in your chest region or the breast. It can occur anywhere in your upper body, from the stomach up to till the neck. It can occur anywhere. And let's move on to question number 7, please. We have the next question, question number 7. Which of the following is not considered a risk factor for oral cancer? The question was a very tricky one. Which of the following is not considered a risk factor for oral cancer? And the actual answer is a high fiber diet, because tobacco use is a risk for oral cancer. Frequent alcohol use is also a risk for oral cancer, as well as liver cancer. So the actual answer was a high fiber diet. Let's move on to question number 8, please. Cancer of the blood cells is referred to as dash. The answer is leukemia. Now, here's a fun fact. I joined Sanjeevani in the year 2018, and I have been volunteering since then. And I joined it because I lost my best friend to leukemia. Back in 2017, she was diagnosed with blood cancer stage 3, and unfortunately, she could not survive. So I lost my best friend to cancer. I don't want anyone else to lose their best friends or their loved ones to cancers. Question number 9, please. Also, the right answer was leukemia. Which tumor is cancerous? The proper answer is malignant. Malignant tumors are cancerous as hell. Question number 10, please. The most common types of treatment of cancer are, okay, so the question already says the most common types of treatment of cancer are basically means there is not one answer, but more than one. So the answers are chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation therapy. If we combine these 3 treatment methods, we can easily fight our way from cancer, because cancer is not that fatal. We just need to keep ourselves positive. And the actual answer was all the above. Let's move on to question number 11, please. Our immunity depends on which of the following? Now, the entire presentation that was presented to you was summarized in this question, and I was so thankful that almost all of you got this right. And the actual answer was all of the above, because food, thought processes, breathing pattern, everything affects our lifestyles, and it also affects our immunity. Let's move on to the last question of the series, question number 12. Question number 12 asks, every individual has cancer cells present in their body. Question mark. Here's a huge question mark, and the actual answer is true. And thank you so much. 100% of you got this answer right. Huge claps for all of you. And okay, we all have cancer cells present in their body, and almost every one of us have a slight percentage, a slight chance, 0.01% chance of having cancer in our lifetime. So it totally depends on us, how we live our lifestyle, that we can avoid cancer from coming into our lives. And yes, one more thing. Cancer is not fatal, but ignorance is. So if you have any problems in your body, just rush to the doctor. There won't be any pain. So with this, we have officially come to an end of the quiz session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pratik, for this wonderful session. So before we announce the result, I just want to tell every one of you are winner. And this quiz was just to make a brief, thing about the entire presentation. But everyone, one of you are winner. And if you want to be a part of our organization, you can join us in the virtual internship. And also, if you know any cancer patient who needs help, okay, apart from the medication, then please contact us. I have already mentioned the helpline numbers, but again, I would like to mention it is 8691 000 800 8691 000 801. So if you feel that any cancer patient needs our help, you can share our number with them. Okay, so I would like to invite Dr. Gangadhar sir to announce the result.
I personally congratulate all the participants and students who actively participated in this quiz competition. The first prize winner is Mr. Ibrahim Mangalgiri. He is a research scholar of the department. And the second prize goes to Ashwini Chubachi. She is a 4th semester student. Third prize is there are two participants who have scored equal marks. One is Rekha and then Reshma. These two, both of them secured third prize. And congratulations to these 4 and all the participants also.
Congratulations everyone, and also please send your address to sir, and Ullas, please contact sir regarding the address of the winners, and also please send your name who have attended the program. We will be providing e-certificates, and if you are a part of us, you will surely we will give you different tasks, and if you complete it, you will receive different gifts as well. So yes, let's do fun together and work together and bring a change in the society. So with this, I would like to conclude the session. Sir, do you want to say something else, and then we can conclude?
Yeah, thank you, Sukmi, for having this very innovative kind of and very lively sessions followed by a quiz. I think as we had a discussion with your organization head, Ahwalia sir, we will definitely enter into MOU, and all the MSW 4 semesters will definitely, take up this, spreading the awareness about cancer in the community through their internship using a virtual platform, and we can definitely have a longer, collaboration in future. I thank you all on behalf of Department of Social Work, Karnataka State Akka Mahadevi Women's University. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And thank you so much. And I'm really very happy the number of participants who joined were intact. Maybe one, two had a network connection. They left. Again, they came back. So that is the best part. So yes, stay connected with us. And we are social workers. We only have to change the society if we are there. So we have to do something. It's not just a course. It is change. We are the change makers. So let's work together. And before you bring a change, you have to inculcate those things in your body. You have to eat properly. You have to sleep on time, drink lots of water, breathe as much as you can, and then you can start awareing other people's, right? So that was all about the program. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Dr. Ramesh sir also. He was there in the entire program, and that was very nice. Thank you so much, sir. So yeah, with this, we can conclude the session. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
ಏನ್ರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರಲ್ಲ